today, if you look at the composition of the board does not include any active politicians. If the cabinet approvals can be obtained within the next 1 or 2 months, then we will try and chase into the next sitting of parliament to get it amended.
朝圣基金局黄委会报告早前出炉，政府随后表明，报告中的75%建议已经落实。然而，核心焦点依然落在黄委会建议修法，全面禁止活跃政治人物出任朝圣基金局及其子公司的董事部主席或成员。针对政府是否会正式修改朝圣基金局法令，第二财长阿米尔韩查在接受星洲日报和百格独家专访时，给出了明确的答案。
If you look at that, I think it's clear that the recommendation of RCI came out 2012, right? Exactly, no? But Tabung Haji has been going through the recommendation of RCI, has been executing some of the changes that RCI has proposed. Among the changes that they've done is that today, if you look at the composition of the board does not include any active politicians. And that was a decision that Tabung Haji and the government took to make sure that it adopted the recommendation of RCI. However, we need to go one step further. In the one step further, as been explained by the Minister of Agama, we will be tabling amendment to the Tabung Haji Act into Parliament that will make this an act under law, statute of law, that will prohibit that as an element. There were other changes that I think Tabung Haji is happy to embrace, where there is clarity in terms of governance over religious matters and governance over fund and investment matters. And this will be taken first to Cabinet to get signed off, that a regulatory agency like Securities Commission can be overseeing and regulating it, and then put into the Act amendments that will go into to Parliament.
When do you expect that it will be tabled in Parliament?
If the Cabinet approvals can be obtained within the next 1 or 2 months, then we will try and chase into the next sitting of Parliament to get it amended. The key was there was a lot of lessons to be learned in this one, and the key is that we have to move on and embrace the lessons that we have done. Where we need to put changes in regulation, we will put changes in regulation. Where we have to take action in terms of closing the results for the forensic and other things, that is already ongoing along the way. Where there are practices within Tabung Haji that has needed to be improved, I think you've already seen that Tabung Haji's performance has gone up because they've tightened up how they've been doing. So again, I think the management of Tabung Haji today have got the act much better. They're executing it, and that's why it's translating to better results for Tabung Haji.
From ordinary people point of view, the culprits should pay the price.
Which is why I think the detailed forensics are still ongoing and pursuing. The authorities are investigating, and you've seen some action already starting to be taken. So I think those are positive signs.
Yeah.